because you, our loyal subscribers, demanded it, we are going to compare the new Mego line with the Figure Toy Company line. We will explore which of these lines is better. We will also look at how Mego failed Figure Toy Company rose to power, and then how Mego made a comeback for the ages. This is a good old-fashioned toy video for the young, the old, and the young at heart. And the collector. Let's go. Welcome, action figure collectors and fans alike. Before we can go into the comparison between Mego and Figure Toy Company, we need to look at the history of each of these two toy titans. Founded by David Abrams, the father of action figures, in 1954 with his wife Madeline, Mego began as a small family-run business that produced low-cost toys and novelties. In 1971, his son Marty Abrams took control of the company and started producing licensed action figures which included both Marvel and DC superheroes and villains as part of their classic World's Greatest Superheroes line. The line quickly gained popularity among children thanks to their detailed design, posability, and affordable prices.
It's the world's greatest superhero collection, featuring Batman and the other half of the dynamic duo, Robin. The Hulk, that green superhero, he's fully posable. Falcon, the winged black superhero. Shazam and Iron Man. The world's greatest superheroes collection. Each superhero action figure sold separately from Mego.
Mego also acquired licensing agreements with major entertainment companies that allowed them to produce action figures based on beloved characters from franchises like Star Trek, The Wizard of Oz, and Planet of the Apes, to name a few. Mego is most famous for their 8-inch scale figures with interchangeable bodies. Despite having competition from major toy companies like Mattel and Hasbro, Mego continued to innovate, especially with their Micronauts line. But when they passed on a license for a little-known science fiction movie called Star Wars, the company was doomed. The toy giant filed for bankruptcy in 1982 and was gone by 1983. For many years after their demise, the toy industry was ruled by 3 3/4-inch figures, thanks again to Star Wars. But the love for the 8-inch figures stayed alive with many collectors, including myself. Figure Toy Company was founded in 1989 by Anthony Belasco, and by 2004 they were making licensed 1970s style figures and selling them through online at classictoys.com. In 2012, they recreated the classic Mego Kiss figures, and then in 2014, they obtained the DC Comics license along with some classic television series. They made a ton of DC figures. With all the success of Figure Toy Company, Mego Corporation relaunched in 2018 with a partnership between Marty Abrams and Joel Rosenwig. Again, they are focusing on 8-inch action figures. They obtained many TV and movie licenses, including the DC comic heroes again, and Planet of the Apes. Today, both companies exist side by side, which is funny because would there even be a Figure Toy Company without Mego? And would there be a rebirth of Mego without Figure Toy Company? I say no to both. Now let's compare a figure side by side, see how they stack up. We decided to use the Riddler figures because this is a riddle that needs to be solved for all of the toy collectors out there. First, let's look at the packaging. So here is a Riddler Figure Toy Company. Packaging is sealed, so it means actually I think you can open it and reseal it. We're going to try to do that in a little while. But it's got great picture on there. It's a picture of the Riddler from Super Friends. It looks just like the old Mego World's Greatest Heroes. Back of it shows all the different characters, just like the old ones. There's DC licensed Figure Toy Company. So I think the packaging is really nice on the Figure Toy Company one. Right, it's nice art on it. Gives the feel of the old Superpowers figures to me for some reason, but there you go. Now let's look at the Riddler figure from Mego, which the packaging is kind of bland. No picture on the side, just the Riddler's name and the Riddler symbol. There's the Mego symbol. The back of it has the exact same picture as the Figure Toy Company one had on it. So it's using the same picture, but it's on the back, not on the front. And it has a little description on it of Marty Abrams, who is the founder of the World's Greatest Heroes, not of Mego. His father founded Mego. I would give this comparison, I would say that Figure Toy Company has the better packaging. Next, let's look at the costume and sculpt. Alright, so first let's crack open the Figure Toy Company one. This is sealed very good. You actually have to use a scissor to open it. With some strength behind my scissor. Nice. There you go. So let's open it. I've never opened one of these before. I have a bunch of sealed ones, so let's see how this works. In order to actually look at the figure, we're gonna have, oh, look at that. It's resealable. Ooh. That's a plus for sure. That's how it comes in packaging. Have to untie it. Resealable is a plus. Let's look at the actual figure. Not easy to get out, which is weird because it never really, you don't really find these in stores. They get most of these online. I bought this one directly from Figure Toy Company. For years I filled my Mego need with these. Costume looks great. Looks just like the original costume. I'll be honest with you, the joints are a little bit loose. The belt looks like a repurposed utility belt from Batman. I don't know what this is. Does it have an action of some sort? I don't think so. I don't know what that is. So there you go. Looks good. A little bit loose. Looks really like the original Riddler figure from Mego from the 1970s. Same sculpt, same body type. Joints are really loose though. So let's look at the Mego one. Clean that up because we're going to reseal it again. Mego is not resealable. So we're actually going to have to crack it open. We're opening a sealed toy. People are... Alright, let's look at it. Body's much tighter. I don't like the head sculpt. I don't think it looks like the Riddler. Joints are really tight on this. Belt looks more like a Riddler belt. Costumes are very similar to each other. This one probably has less, the Mego probably has less question marks on it. It doesn't have this thing on the back. If I'm gonna go with body and sculpt, I gotta go with the Mego figure just because the Figure Toy Company is very loose. I like the head sculpt better on the Mego, but overall, I like the head sculpt better on the Figure Toy Company, but overall, I like the Mego figure better, so I guess that's one for Figure Toy Company, one for Mego. What's next? Hold on. So in terms of the figure, I'm gonna say that the Mego is a better figure overall. I guess just because of the history, that helps. The resealable package of Figure Toy Company is good. But now let's look at the variety of figures that they have. Mego has been very limited in what they've put out in recent years. They've done a couple of the major Batman characters, Batman, Robin, the Joker, the Riddler, Penguin, Catwoman, and a couple of other ones, whereas Figure Toy Company has a huge selection of DC characters. They have every single character you could possibly think of, even more so maybe than, say, the Superpowers line. Coming to the multiverse figures, the ones McFarlane's making, they've made some obscure characters, Red Tornado. They've made the Joker in his criminal baseball outfit, which is one of my favorites. They do a variety of costumes, I guess, for each figure, which Mego has not done yet. So in terms of variety, I'm definitely going to have to go with Figure Toy Company by a lot. And since we're not really playing with these toys, like I'm not taking them out and playing with them, the looseness and the body Not sure how that matters. So I'm going to have a tough decision in saying which of the two are better. I think everything altogether, I have to go with, I'd rather buy a Mego figure because of the history, but I will be buying more figure toy company figures because of the variety. The only one that Mego has that I haven't seen figure toy companies, they just recently did a Dead Man and they did a nice looking Nightwing. So Mego is starting to make more. Give it another 2 or 3 years and I think Mego will be the preferred choice for everyone because they're making the figures that we need made. But as of right now, figure toy company just has such a variety to display. I'm going to have to go with them. And until Mego actually makes the Bruce Wayne and the Dick Grayson that figure toy company remade, I'm going to stick with them on variety. Mego just got the Marvel license, so that might blow everything out of the water. So in a couple of months from now, we'll do a follow-up video and see how the Marvel figures are looking. We'll compare them to the original ones. But on this one, I'm going to have to go with figure toy company variety, Mego based on the actual figure, and Mego winning down the road when they have more figures. So I hope you enjoyed this video where we looked at all of these different figures. Love what you collect what you love, especially if it's Mego figures. We'll see you next time.
We would be honored if you would join us.